Alexa Bliss recently commented on her feelings towards her old dark persona, so we'll see what she had to say. We'll also check out some theories for how Alexa Bliss's character could get more interesting again in the future. So, the entire dark and evil version of Alexa Bliss that was on WWE television from summer 2020 to fall 2021 really had the community split in two. You had half your fans that were really invested in the new character-driven version of Alexa Bliss and were closely following everything the character did and said. Then you had the other half of fans that didn't really like the supernatural direction and thought it was a bit over the top for WWE. But either way, whether you were a fan of her evil era or not, one thing you can't deny is that this version of Alexa Bliss was very popular at the time. The story started off as being very intriguing and it naturally pulled people in. The other issue with the evil era of Alexa Bliss is that it never felt like WWE used the character to its full potential. When Alexa Bliss was with Bray Wyatt, she didn't do much of anything truly important outside of the Randy Orton story, and even that got extremely messy and senseless towards the end. Then after the Bray Wyatt split, same sort of idea. She introduced her Lilly doll, but went months without an actual important feud. Alexa's big first feud during her evil era was against Eva Marie at SummerSlam 2021. And then she faced Charlotte Flair immediately after that. But Alexa was written off TV following that match with Charlotte Flair. And little did we know at the time that Extreme Rules 2021 would basically turn out to be the final day of the evil persona for Alexa Bliss. WWE would air several therapy sessions that were meant to show Alexa's transition to a new sort of normal mental state for her character's personality. And the sessions worked. Alexa returned in May 2022 with Lilly in hand, but she was clearly getting back to normal. The problem with going back to normal is that it basically stripped away all the interesting elements of Alexa's character. During the evil era, Alexa Bliss was so character-driven. She was mysterious, surrounded by theories, teasers, hints, and was one of the most intriguing characters on all of WWE television. But with WWE moving away from that persona, it's left Alexa Bliss with basically nothing to work with for her character. Alexa's even stated it herself in recent interviews. She said that she's aware that her character is a bit boring right now. She feels like she's just playing her real-life self and doesn't have much of an actual character going on right now. And Alexa's been back since May. She was on the card for the big Clash at the Castle event and everything. But the important elements that are still missing for Alexa is character and storylines. She hasn't had any of that since before her 2022 return. Some fans feel like a heel turn is maybe what Alexa Bliss needs to get back on track character-wise. Especially with a strong babyface champion like Bianca Belair. She's gonna need some top heels to go up against. So if Alexa turns heel, she'll be a credible challenger to Bianca Belair. Plus, it'll give her character a spark of new life right now, and it'll be a big step up from the current bland babyface character. A fan took to Twitter to tweet Alexa Bliss about how they missed the dark Alexa Bliss character. Alexa quoted the tweet and said, "Me too." Jason Baker, creator of the Firefly Funhouse puppets and Lilly doll, could be seen in the comments of that Alexa Bliss tweet, and he posted a scary gif. Jason Baker's wordless tweet did catch some attention from the fans, with everyone trying to read deeply into it. Fans were wondering if Jason Baker's tweet was meant subtly by hinting a new project or item being developed for Alexa Bliss's character. This is the same man behind the creation of the Fiend mask, Firefly Funhouse props, Alexa's Lilly doll, Alexa's WrestleMania 37 crown, and so much more. He's worked closely with Bray Wyatt and Alexa Bliss over the last few years, so fans wonder if he's got some projects he's working on for Alexa and maybe even Bray. Jason and Bray continue to work closely with each other even after Bray left WWE, so they're still beyond close friends, so it's most definitely interesting. Jason raised a lot of eyebrows just with a single tweet of a gif. Could something actually be in the works for Alexa Bliss? It's unknown if WWE still plans to acknowledge or revisit this storyline in any way, since it's pretty old. But back in February 2022, WWE aired Alexa's therapy sessions, and the story was that Alexa would be fine if Lilly is close by, but that if Lilly is away from Alexa's side, who knows what'll happen to her. That's basically the story foundation they set way back in early 2022. The overall idea being that if Alexa ever lost Lilly, she would probably have a big relapse of some sorts. Now technically, they could still play off that because Alexa Bliss still has Lilly in her possession. There's been some weeks where Alexa didn't bring Lilly out to ringside and fans thought maybe Lilly was dropped, but then Alexa would come out with her the following week after that. So the fact that Lilly is still around does slightly leave that payoff door open. Maybe Alexa has been pretty normal over the last months because Lilly has been there. But have Lilly go missing and maybe Alexa's character and story will be brought back to life. So that's where we are right now with Alexa Bliss. A lot of fans wonder if that was a tease or not from Jason Baker on something that could potentially be coming, but it's hard to tell. There's around 3 realistic options for how to bring Alexa Bliss's character and story back to life. Like we mentioned, she can turn heel, maybe brings back some of her old personality traits from the Goddess and 5 Feet of Fury days. She can also lose Lilly. If someone stole Lilly, or even if she just lost it, that could lead to Alexa to a crazy path and story of trying to find Lilly. And the third option, and fan theory that has been floating around, is the reunion between Bray Wyatt and Alexa Bliss. Although they were a great and interesting pairing together, Alexa and Bray's story itself was a complete mess and went flying off the tracks midway through. The ending WWE went with for that duo was the furthest thing from satisfying. Alexa spends months doing everything she can to bring the Fiend back to life. She finally does it, and then turns on him right away. Then we're thinking, okay, well, maybe Bray Wyatt will come up with a way to get revenge on Alexa Bliss. But then he vanishes from WWE television and gets released. So it feels like we truly never got a proper closure for that storyline. It feels like there was way more story to tell there between Alexa and Bray. So if they were to put them back together and hit the reset button on that duo, sort of like what they did with Cross and Scarlett, who knows how great that story could be this time around, especially when you do have similar duos out there like Karrion Kross and Scarlett. All 4 superstars of Bliss, Wyatt, Cross, and Scarlett have acknowledged that popular dream tag team match at some point. Karrion Kross was even posting about that mixed tag match a few weeks ago after his WWE return. So that would be a nice little program to see as well, that the fans have been discussing since 2020. How would a Bray Wyatt and Alexa Bliss versus Karrion Kross and Scarlett story actually look like? It would be very interesting to see it unfold. But that's the options right now for Alexa Bliss. As long as she stays in this babyface role, things may stay a bit bland with this character. But if they're able to go down any of those paths, Alexa could very well be right back in the same seat of being one of WWE's most interesting characters again. But what are your thoughts on today's stories with Alexa Bliss? Leave your comments below, don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.